CBS 13 is taking a closer look at a troubling trend involving suspects escaping CHP custody.
And are they chasing him, or did he take off and they not see it?
Over the last 10 months, there have been 5 incidents of someone in the patrol's custody escaping. And in 2 instances, those suspects took off in the officer's own patrol car.
So why does this keep happening? CBS 13's Adrian Moore has been digging deeper into this and got answers in a story you'll see only on CBS 13.
And are they chasing him, or did he take off and they not see it?
Confusion quickly turns to panic as dispatchers with the Citrus Heights Police Department assist the California Highway Patrol in finding 22-year-old Preston Peck Canella, who managed to escape custody in October after leading officers on a high-speed chase through Sacramento.
My partners are both trying to dig that information. He's going to be a white male, 5'4", 133, brown over blue, in a gray sweatshirt and jeans.
You don't think he went north across Auburn underneath the tunnel, do you?
We're trying to figure that out. There's a tunnel over here. There's about a 5 or 10 minute delay when they realized he was gone. So
these are not the first incidents of this nature. The Highway Patrol is not the first law enforcement agency to have this kind of an issue develop, and regrettably, it won't be the last.
Former Sacramento County Sheriff John McGinnis says departments typically review protocol immediately after an escape.
I guarantee you that the organization is looking at these cases to see how business can be done differently. But it's also important, I think, to look at context. And for a law enforcement agency that makes about 200,000 arrests a year, to have 4 or 5 escape custody, pretty good numbers, pretty favorable numbers overall.
Over the last 10 months, CBS 13 has tracked 5 incidents involving the Highway Patrol. In August, Nicholas Priest escaped while he was in handcuffs being moved from one patrol car to another. He was originally arrested after a car chase. Charles Ames bolted after assaulting an officer while in the back of a patrol car and then ran across Highway 50. After a few hours and setting up a perimeter, Ames was taken back into custody. In March, Robert Gangle turned a CHP patrol car into his getaway car. At the time, investigators told us the 155-pound suspect somehow got out of his restraints in the back seat, then squeezed into the driver's seat and took off. His 3-mile joyride came to an end in Carmichael and was later arrested trying to hide in someone's home. And in December, a reckless driving suspect stole a marked Highway Patrol unit and led investigators on a chase from Davis to Midtown Sacramento before being captured.
In general, would you say what we've seen happen over the last 10 months, is this rare?
Suspects escaping from patrol cars did not just happen for the first time 10 months ago. It's a real thing. It happens occasionally. The 2 most dangerous encounters a law enforcement officer has, statistically, is responding to a domestic violence call and effectuating an arrest, because those are things that spark an emotional reaction.
And those responses, argues McGinnis, correlates with a growing theme of frustration with law enforcement across the country.
I think that's had an impact on some areas in law enforcement and public policy and human behavior, and unfortunately that's probably going to go on for a while.
So how does that play out in the field? McGinnis thinks because there have been so many high-profile cases questioning excessive force, some officers could be adjusting interpersonal tactics when dealing with suspects, which in turn can lead to even more problems.
And they're pleas for officers to not handcuff them, to not restrain them, to not put them in a caged car. And it's still incumbent to recognize the human factor across the board, to understand what the suspect in the case is dealing with, what the law enforcement officers are dealing with, and try to match training to the needs of the best safety purposes of the community.
CBS 13 made multiple requests for an on-camera interview with the Highway Patrol, but those requests were denied. In a statement, the agency told us, quote, CHP is critically evaluating its policies, procedures, training, and their daily applications. We remain focused on providing the highest level of safety, service, and security to our communities statewide, and we deeply appreciate their continued trust and support.
As a way to prevent these kinds of incidents from happening down the road, McGinnis says there is technology in the works to equip patrol cars with remote devices that would allow officers to turn off an engine should it ever be stolen.
Well, done.